guys, welcome to Prince of Peace Tarot. I'm Justin, and today I'll be doing a reading for those of you with Sagittarius placements in your chart. So if you have Sagittarius anywhere within your chart, this reading could resonate, and if it does, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be updated anytime that I put out a reading. Okay guys, so before I jump into your spread, let's say a prayer. Infinite Creator, Olodumare, to my higher self, my Ori, Ashu, Obatala, to the Agum Marine Laye, Holy Spirit, Spirit Guides, to my benevolent ancestors, known and unknown, Florine Williams, Norman Williams, Exius Willie, thank you for allowing me to source the most accurate reading for those with Sagittarius placements in their chart. All right, y'all, we got a 3-card spread, including the top and bottom of the deck. I have your Orisha Tarot out here to clarify. I kind of want to do another shout out, big up somebody's YouTube channel. Megan, I don't know if you are still subscribed to my channel or if you still watch, but I really love Astro Queen, and her banner is Hood Astro Queen. Guys, check out her channel. It's an astrology channel. There's a lot on there, but it's predominantly like she goes through celebrities' birth charts, and even if you don't like the celebrity, watch the videos because Megan teaches. She, like, through the stories, it's like you listen to these stories about celebrities you may or may not know, but you're at the same time learning, different placements and things concerning astrology, and certain things that could be in your own chart may come up, and it could give you an idea about, how you feel. And I guess I want to say that because this reading in front of me is a lot about reflection. So one of the things that you could be doing is reflecting on your own life. I'm getting some 4th house energy here, but also like you should reflect on your chart. And not only is she entertaining and funny and honest, but it's good. It's a good channel. I really like it. So guys, check out Megan, Astro Queen. The banner, it says Hood Astro Queen, but I think you could just type in Astro Queen and you'll find her. So let's get into your reading. 3-card spread, including top and bottom of the deck. Your first set out is the Chariot, clarified by Oya. Okay. Your second position, you have the 7 of Swords in reverse, clarified by the 7 of Earth, 7 of Pentacles in the reverse. Third position, you have the Hierophant in the upright, clarified by the Ace of Air, Ace of Swords in the reverse. Top of the deck, we got, what is this? The Hangman. Hangman, clarified by the 6 of Swords. Okay. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Sun, clarified by the Couple or the Lovers. All right, y'all. So you guys are going to have to bear with me for this one because it's a tough one. It is a tough one. You guys may or may not like it, but I definitely want to tackle this energy. You guys got a fair number of major arcana. We already ran through the cards. You have the Chariot, Hierophant, Hangman, and the Sun, and the Lovers. But there is, I think I mentioned earlier at the start of the reading, reflection, but it's more than reflection. It's actually an audit. It's an audit. And it's Saturn. And I know right now somebody who may do astrology could be like, Saturn may or may not be doing anything, but for whatever reason, in the 7 of Pentacles, I am picking up Saturn energy, and I do feel like there is an audit happening to you. There's an audit happening in order for you to actually take the next path. And whether it might not even be Saturn, it could be the higher authority. All right, we have the Hierophant here. There's a higher authority running an audit on you to see if you are ready to move forward. Not only is that there a higher authority doing this, you have an ancestor trying to help you pass at the same time. Okay, immediately I felt that energy here because I was gonna ask, like, I don't know if any of you have just recently visited a passed on loved one's grave or tombstone. Okay, because this is the Chariot. Chariot is Cancer energy. You could be driving in your car, but to visit someone's grave or their tombstone, or if it's not that, it's there could be an ancestor calling on you to visit them at your altar or give an offering. Somebody could be, someone could be asking for an offering in order to help you possibly with a certain test that you're dealing with, or to send you extra information in order for you to pass the audit, right? I don't necessarily know if it's a cheat code, could be, it all really depends. But when you take on this information, it's actually helpful. So why not? Like if you get something in a dream or you feel something strongly intuitively, that's coming from this passed on loved one. There is an audit, okay? Give me a sec, y'all. So the first set, there's either someone that recently passed or an ancestor. They want your attention because they're communicating to you in some kind of way. And maybe whether you go and visit them or you're at the altar, maybe, I don't know, that's how you feel the communication back and forth. Maybe after you give an offering, they can give information to you. I really, I don't know your system. But see, your second position, 7 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, okay? There's a deception here. And I even see this here on the Hierophant with the Ace of Swords in reverse, right? But the deception is a self-deception. It's a self-deception that is wasting your time or making you not put effort into something. Like something old is fooling you and then it's stealing time away into something that the higher authority wants you to put energy into. Okay, give me a second. 7 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles is an audit. And that's why there is a level of self-reflection happening at the same time. See, because there's a tradition. There's this tradition. I don't know who raised you with it. I don't know what it was. This is coming from something when you were young. You see how young they look, right? And then the Chariot gives us 4th house energy, right? That with this in the reverse, when you have an Ace of Swords in reverse, it's manipulating you. I know this energy is definitely for chosen, a star seed, because it's wanting, your ancestors want you to move on to the next phase. Definitely, I do want to say, like, you guys have to ascend, but we'll get to that part because ascension is bigger than, I don't want to say that, but to me, it feels like bigger than getting over. You have to get over this stuff in order to ascend, but we'll talk it through. Hold on, give me a second. At the top of the deck, top and bottom of the deck are definitely path and purpose. I know we have the Lovers, but with these cards, I mean, there is you have a sacred Hierophant Lovers, a sacred union, a sacred mission, whether it be a partnership or your purpose, because some of you all will have other people you join with, whether they be friendships or love relationships. You will have them, but it's of a higher vibration. You got to choose the higher path. This is where the sacrifice comes in, taking the good advice, choosing the path, the right path, moving on from things that, this is moving on from the past to a better position, environment, location. Okay? But what's holding you up from moving? Something is holding you up. Could be, right? And see, let me tell you, I'll say it like this. Some of you could be saying, because this stuff is like, I don't know how to say it. It's some days you're abstaining or stopping something, and then time could go by so long that you pick it back up again. So I don't know if that's the case for you or not. I know that happens to me a lot. Like there's always so much distance in between one thing happening in my life and the next thing happening. And in the middle, I find myself like, well, if there's nothing happening, I might as well do what I want to do, right? Kind of thing, right? So I don't know if you're dealing with that, but here at this point, it's like, don't go back. It may have been a stall or you waiting in that in-between space, but I feel like you're getting closer and closer to moving on to the next thing. So this is why this ancestor could either be sending you a dream or telling you like, hey, I know there's some time and space in between, but this time, let's not go back doing the old thing we used to do, okay? Hold on. Yeah. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I got a note. There's a need. Your ancestors asking you to control certain desires, right? With the Chariot. Hold on. When you do whatever this thing is, it's because you feel justified. You feel like when you are going back over, okay, Spirit, you want me to sacrifice this thing, but you have not given me anything that I've asked for. You want me to sacrifice, and I don't have nothing that I've been asking for. So there's a struggle there where you're trying to control your desire, maybe for control. Because when you have hangman energy, right, with 7 of Pentacles, this feels like, here, I've been waiting indefinitely. Like, what is the effing holdup? You know, why have I been waiting so long? So when you are made to wait, you are gonna, then your willpower of the Chariot starts to kick in, but it kicks into an old habit. Because some of you could be like, well, I don't even know what the new habits should be because I don't know where I'm going. Okay, hold on. Give me a second. This waiting, because this Hierophant is here, and I'm thinking about your Ancestor message reading from yesterday because you had that card, wait. I feel like the waiting is in 2 ways. And there could be a third way, but for, the sake of the reading, I can only think of this in a 2-way thing. In this audit that's happening to you, you are either waiting right now for the next part, like the next thing to happen to move you into your next phase, or you are being purposely like held back. Like there's an indefinite wait until you sacrifice something. So this thing, the higher authority, whatever is conducting the audit, wants to move you forward, but will not, because there's Saturn energy here. And Saturn is not, nice. Saturn is not going to, that's why your ancestor helping you out is about as much of a cheat code as you're going to get, because Saturn's not going to do it for you. I'm just going to see what's what. I'm going to look at the effort put in. I'm going to look at, have you been following your intuition? Did you get started on that thing that, the universe has been guiding you to? What your true soul mission is, because it's around that. With the Sun and the Lovers, it's true purpose. So this authority is the audit for true purpose. Like, will I allow you to step into the new role based off this audit, based off, have you let something go? Now, another thing that I'm feeling here is a sense of mercy or grace. There may be mercy or grace, but you only achieve this mercy or grace through your heart. Okay? And y'all take that as it resonates, because what I feel like is the question that I have that, I can't answer for me or you is, if I'm being audited, how long, when did the audit begin? When does the audit end? How long do I have to put forth an effort to move on? Because I'll say this, because I told you guys about the way me doing tarot was a intuition, logic decision before it was heart and head together decision, right? That's helpful. That's effort. That's me listening. But the heart is key. And I feel like for some of you, if you reflect and understand why you can't do a certain thing anymore, it's going to trigger something in your heart. Like if you allow yourself to feel the emotion of why you do a particular thing, once you understand, the universe will recognize your understanding. This is why some of the readings are warning you all. Like, I'm just thinking about readings I've had in the past of when you gain something, you're going to get these new things coming your way. But you're getting this new stuff because of the regular old astrological, you've been held back for this many years. So by the law of balance, you have to get, all of this new stuff, right? Everything that you were held back from. But what you were held back from in the material world does not necessarily, it doesn't necessarily coincide with this higher purpose. And this Hierophant needs to know something about you before it's like, I know you deserve all this stuff, but if I put this stuff on you and your heart isn't in the right place and you haven't done according to your true path and purpose, all of the stuff you've been waiting on is gonna like spoil you. It will distract you. It will take you off course. You like literally, you guys really have a bigger purpose and mission for being here, and that's why there's so much waiting. That's where there's so much waiting. It's not like, sorry. It's not, it's so many things in tandem playing on your life right now. It's like the universe doing its thing, your higher divinities and cosmic beings over you doing their thing, and this feeling that I feel that you really need to understand that you have to ascend. Your energy is so big. I mean, when they asked you and you agreed to whatever mission you have here on this planet, they brought forth a great soul. You're a great soul. So to lose you, they don't want to lose you. Losing you would mean you get recycled. Chosen ones are not meant to be recycled here. You have to go back to where you came from. At least if you don't end up back to where you came from, you need to go to a dimension higher than this one. You need to go somewhere higher than this. Your type of energy should not be misused in this current state. If you are chosen one, star, seed, earth angel, whatever label you want to put on yourself, you are anchoring in the new vibration on this planet. You're helping to anchor in this new vibration. To leave you here for another lifetime, we're just here to start. We're the doers. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how you would fare. Like, if you don't get over these past things, it's probably going to be harder for you to get through it in another lifetime in this arena, because you're going to go through the same thing again, and it may feel worse. Could you imagine? Hold on. Give me a second, y'all. Let me see. Let me check my note. Give me a second. Yeah, this stuff is all, you know what the sucky part about all of this is that you have been doing this by yourself. It's hard to realize that me just living my life and living according to, my birth chart was a part of the initiation, a part of the initiation. That living my life was the initiation, and that I have to study, I have to seek and search and learn about who I am. I have to trust my dreams, trust my ancestors, and that's the thing, like going to look through your birth chart to figure out, can I see that cosmic energy? And then can I also see the things that, I've agreed to that are actually holding me back? Because it's not just my karma I'm dealing with ancestral karma. Like I agreed to take on karma of this family, right? And I even feel this, like this doing away of the family, right? These ancestors are saying that you are you've destroyed whatever it is already. Right. You have destroyed the curses, the setbacks. But see, this is a tricky place. And I know, and I've been hearing other people, because everybody knows it too, because I remember I said it in one read, and I said, y'all are having things from your childhood and stuff like that pop up as illusions to make you think you are still in the same cycle when you're not. It's like the enemy trying to confuse you in your in-between space. So the enemy will try to keep bringing up, especially now that we're in Mercury retrograde, you'll definitely feel this. So I had written down, give me one sec. Things that you could be doing now in this energy are some form of personal integration. Your roots are coming up. Your later life conditions are coming up. Heritage is coming up. This is why I think I had to mention ancestors, right? Heritage, the roots, the power that you get from this ancestor. Some of you all really do with this Hierophant energy need to explore some form of alternative faith, or at least, you know, I'm not trying to pigeonhole anybody into one particular practice, but your soul will guide you to what it has already mastered. I already know that there are gifts and different skills and abilities that you have an ancestor that achieved it through a particular tradition. You know, I don't know what tradition, but you have to see where you're being led to and go that way, right? That's another helpful thing for you. But then this integration that needs to be is that I accept what occurred in this lifetime, even though I do not like it. Because one issue is, which I know I've even had, is that nothing rectified or made sense in my transition. You know what I mean? Yeah, I had a bad relationship. Yeah, I was dealing with this and that, but like I didn't get a brand new relationship immediately from listening to my intuition. You know what I mean? Like all of the really hurtful things and all that kind of stuff didn't just get better because I decided to become a reader. Okay. What I gained is more awareness, a sense of toughness, you know, more trials. Okay. So I get why you would be upset or uncomfortable or feeling like, why the hell am I being held up? Like I've been through it all. And then I transitioned. It's almost like I didn't get therapy for something. Like I didn't get a rest between this place and that place. And so when I'm in this in-between waiting, I don't know what the hell to do with myself except for possibly go back to some old shit that's not serving me because I don't know where I'm going. But you are going somewhere. You are, because of this energy. You're being guided. But if you keep holding on to this hangman stuff, it's hard to hear. It's just hard to hear. If you don't elevate your perspective about who you are as a soul being and why you're here, it'll make it very difficult for you to shake this world off every morning. Okay? Give me a second. Yeah, because for me, when I reflect on stuff like this, one thing that I know is two things for sure for me that I feel from my childhood up until now in my adulthood is disconnection and repression. Disconnection and repression. I felt very disconnected from people, family sometimes, definitely friends or people at school and stuff like that, you know. Even my closest friends, like I don't spend a whole lot of time with people like that, right? So that's one thing. And then there's this repression. And I had to, because I told you guys I have an Aquarius moon, so I have this ability to detach. And sometimes I really do need to sit and reflect because I'll miss the emotion. When you detach from a certain thing in order to move ahead or to keep going, you'll miss the emotion, and the emotion does not go away. It will manifest into a behavior. And then you're unaware of why I have a certain habit or a behavior, right? And for me, I know it's sex. I definitely know it's sex. It was porn too, but it was from disconnection and repression. Because I think about like my parents. When I was growing up, they argued a lot. Oh my God, like a lot. And I'm not saying there weren't times where we had like good family time and stuff like that, because we did, but it's that, like, I can see why people say, you know, arguing and fighting in front of your children is a form of child abuse. And not only are you taking in all these things and being prime bait for a narcissist as you get older, there are things that your parents are missing about you and not paying attention to when they're being caught up in their own dramas, right? So, and I know as a child, I used to have more of a concern for my mother than thinking about what I wanted for myself, because I'm always thinking my dad is the bad guy and my mom is suffering, when, you know, as you get older, you notice that, you know, she was the bad guy in certain situations and certain suffering, that was her own doing. She didn't want to leave that situation. So why am I feeling sorry for somebody who can see a way out but won't take it, right? And, you know, it's a lot of character flaws with that lady, but I'm not going to go there. But all I'm trying to say is that I know that for me, being concerned about the well-being of another makes you less concerned about yourself. And then that manifests as a certain personality trait or characteristic as you get older, right? Not to mention the gay thing, knowing that being gay upsets your parents. That was another thing, another place where I felt repressed. And then as an adult, I get with partners who I don't connect to mentally and spiritually with. And then I'm repressed again, right? So I'm repressed when I'm a child. I'm repressed in these negative relationships that I'm attracted to because of how I grew up. And then when I find my escape, my pattern that I actually developed from relationships, once I reflect on that, I have no shame in my game about, my sexual experiences and things like that. But I don't think I would have had as many partners if it wasn't for the negative things that happen in relationships, definitely. Because I wasn't concerned with it the way I was after those relationships happened. You feel like, at least I've been with people who always try to compete and are jealous. So my first boyfriend made it known how many people he had been with. And I felt like I didn't have enough experience. So when we broke up, I made it a priority of mine to get that experience because I just felt like I was behind or something. And it's the same thing like when you get cheated on or anything like that. It's like, let me go and recover my ego by doing this, that, and the third. And those things have negatively affected me, but clouded my judgment about what's available to me, or what's capable for me, right? So give me a second. This is the kind of reflection I think you guys could be doing. Maybe you should. See, because I know my patterns have been built off my experiences. And I remember when there were certain times where I wasn't doing those patterns and things. So they had to have developed out of an experience. Now that you're crossing over into a higher path and purpose, you're being asked to stop whatever this thing is, like sacrifice it, give it up for the higher path. But I know why that's difficult. Because it's just like, why? I don't know what I'm getting. This came up yesterday. I don't know what I'm getting, but your ancestors are telling you that something is happening and you need to trust them. You're going to get whatever it is, but you need to trust it. And see, the other thing, and it's funny how, I just talked about repression, my rebellion came through sex. A lot of things, even dealing with the DL guys, all that stuff is a part of rebellion and then learning, that's not rebellion. You're being used in these certain situations. But I had a thought. The fact that my guides are telling me not to do something makes me feel repressed again. But what I'm repressing isn't even really me. The thing you're being asked to sacrifice is not even really you. You developed that from experiences. So that's why this fourth house energy is here. So maybe you need to break it down like that. I don't know. That's why it's an audit. Everything is kind of being computed and broken down and reasons why. And I'll say this much because this is what I was saying. I think I don't know if I finished my thought about that heart thing. Some of this stuff, when I think about it, this life stuff, it's better. The fact that we don't know makes the experience more authentic because the choice is authentic. The fact that you don't see, you're being pushed to something that you can't see rather than knowing yeah, that's me, I'm supposed to do that. Your heart isn't in it, right? But once you take a leap and figure some things out, unlock some things in yourself and see how the way you become you affects others and creates change, lights your heart up and makes the experience more authentic. And that could be one of the biggest reasons why so much is hidden from us, because it wouldn't be real. It wouldn't be real. It wouldn't be felt as the magic that it's supposed to, the way it's supposed to touch others and touch you if you knew everything already. And so, yes, for some of us, we're going to move on because we put in actual time, effort, and energy. But others of us will move on because our heart is going to get ignited once we reflect on what is really us and what isn't, and why I did whatever I was doing. You know, I've been trying to keep away from those emotions, but now that I'm looking at it, I see why. And from my heart, not my head, might allow me to move on. And then my head may come into alignment as time goes on. It's definitely, for some of us, we need that mercy, but we need our heart to activate in order to receive mercy, to receive that mercy, that grace. And then others who aren't in alignment yet, you got to get in alignment, because this thing, you know, will manifest itself. Like you've been logically saying, I won't do this and that, even though your heart and desire still kind of wants to do it. All that's going to do is, when you get your blessing, it's just going to create and manifest a bunch of tests for you to get through. See, because when your heart is in it, the test, you won't even realize it's a test. You'll just be, you know, moving through things, not even recognizing it like that, because it does not vibrate or align with you, kind of thing. So yeah, that's what I feel. That's what I feel with this. I hope that made sense. All right. I hope that made sense for you guys. Yeah, I feel like some of you all are like finding your faith, because the past was Bible, you know? My experiences was the law. It was how I moved and operated. It was all I knew. It was because, you remember, like I said, like I felt in my past cycle, I felt abandoned by God, even though I knew God was there. But the worst thing about that was losing faith. Losing your faith and then putting your faith into something not eternal, like, you know, sex or food or money, or you're just only my career, you know, or making it and climbing the ladder. Like, because I feel like I can't trust the spirit world. But the only reason why you couldn't, quote unquote, trust the spirit world was in order to live the karmic cycle or that life you needed to learn, or you promised to break for that family, or you promised to have the same experiences as the community you're going to help. So we had to back off. We couldn't save you every single place, especially your ancestors. They can't do anything about karma. They can only help you make choices. You know, they could steer you in different directions if it's no longer necessary. If you've been learning, your awareness is finally online. So it's time for you to put your faith back into whatever it is you believed when you were younger, if you believed anything. Or if you haven't, it's time for you to find it, because you are a divine being. So you got to find the right practice or whatever that connects you back to God. You need it. That's where your path is. It's connected to source, to divine beings. You are the divine being. All right. Find your faith again. Okay. And integrate everything and be willing to move on, because it seems like, your past is manipulating you out of your future, is slowing down the audit process too, because you are such a force that this wants you to move on and will hold you for as long as it can. You know, I do feel like you all will receive. The fact that the Hierophant is here makes me feel like that's Taurus energy. It's time for you to receive something, but I will hold it until you finally get to see why you're here. Something like that. All right, guys, that's what I have for you. If the reading resonates, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be updated anytime that I put out a reading. And if you want to book a personal reading, the link to book is in the description box below. All right, guys, see you.